What's going on? It's your boy, Quan John, Miss Portia Mystique. Say what up, Portia.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah. Welcome to another episode of Motivational Motives, where we talk to inspirational people, which is me, Quan John, and which is Portia Mystique today. And we're going to talk about a very interesting topic in the Black community, a very interesting stigma that we hear from our predecessors and people that we know around the block. Is about therapy. It's about the stigma of psychotherapy and mental health services. You know what I mean? And how our Black people, we don't seek consultation for these services enough in the community. You know, me myself, I'm actually a rehabilitation counselor, so I'm an advocate that everyone, not I don't care if you're rich, poor, whatever the case may be. You could think your life is perfect, or you can be a pauper on the street. I feel like if you have health insurance, you need a consultant of some shape, form, or fashion. You know what I'm saying? It's very therapeutic. Talk therapy. I mean, I'm just a firm believer that I'm into the holistic person. I believe that your mental wellness, your physical wellness, your emotional wellness, and wellness as a whole should be consulted by a trained professional. So, Portia, let me ask you a question. What is the difference between me, for instance? Let's say I say, hey, you know what? I'm not feeling well. I'm sick. I might have the flu. If I say that to if I say that to a person, what might the person say to me?
Go to a doctor.
Right. They would say, did you see a doctor yet? Okay. But if I tell someone, hey, you know what? I'm not feeling well emotionally. I'm feeling very sad. They would not say, have you seen a therapist? They would not. And that's a problem in our Black community. You know what I mean? They will not say, you want to know why that's a problem? Because we, as Black people, we have been trained to put up this image like Superman. Okay. And you know what? I withstood the worst that life has to offer, so I can withstand being sad another day. And it's not true. Okay. So now me and Portia, we have contradicting thought processes as it pertains to consultation of a therapist or a practitioner. So why don't you tell the viewers what your take is on it?
Let me get together. So
Yeah. Let's see what's going on.
All right. No. I am personally okay. Let me get this straight. So what I'm about to say refers to me and only me. I am not talking about other people. I'm not. Right. I'm just talking about me, my life, and my situation, and my personality. I am personally completely against the idea of therapy. Whether and you call it whatever you want, counseling, therapy, I don't care. I personally am against the idea for myself. I don't think it is necessary. I feel like it's an invasion of privacy. I feel like I I can handle my own. I don't need to tell somebody my business to get my mind right. I feel like my mind is already right. My own therapy comes through prayer. Like if I have an issue, I'm not about to talk to a stranger. I'll talk to my God about it. I'll talk to my husband about it, but I'm not about to go pay a bunch of money to talk to somebody I don't know.
Right.
However,
you said a few. Go ahead.
That being said, I understand why certain people choose to go to therapy. So I cannot say I'm anti-therapy for those people. You know, I feel like it has its place. I feel like some people need it, or some people feel like they need it, I should say. Some people feel like they need it. Some people feel better after therapy. It's just not for me. It's not for me.
You said the 3 or 4 things that is the reasoning why most Black people don't go see therapists. And it's kind of ironic. You actually said it. These are the reasons why they don't see therapists. One, most Black people, and we specifically talking about Black people. Why? I'm gonna tell you why we talking to Black people, because we are the most traumatized in the world by far, because of the atrocity we have withstood in our past, present, and in the future. We are the most traumatized. So I'm talking to us because we need it the most. One, you said that if you had to get your mind right, you could talk to your husband. Who says your mind had to be wrong to talk to a therapist? That's a stigma. People think talking to a therapist means you're crazy. Flat out. That's what people think. If they talk to a therapist, they will be stigmatized and labeled as crazy, and it's not the case. Okay? You could just be stressed out. Okay? Or you can have a compulsive disorder like smoking cigarettes or something like that, and you need someone to help you manage it and get through it and do away with it. But we'll talk about the duties of a therapist a little later. Okay. Number two, you spoke about it costing a lot of money. Not true. Okay, all right. So because there are numerous sites. One site called Psychology Today, and why Psychology Today is a great site. Psychology Today is a site where you can actually go online and consult therapists that have their own practice. And I actually advocate that people consult therapists that have their own practice for a few reasons. One, if I go to a clinic and tell them I want a therapist, they're just going to give me somebody, all right? And if they just give me somebody, this person 9 times out of 10 probably has a caseload of 40 people because they work for somebody. As opposed to if I get my own therapist that has their own practice, they probably got a caseload of maybe 8, 9, maybe 10. Right. And of course, they're going to actually serve you better. Why? Because this is their money they're talking about, not the company's money. Okay? So on Psychology Today, you go in there and you can pick out exactly the type of therapist you want. And I'll explain what that means. Exactly what that means is, do I want a man? Do I want a woman? Do I want her to be black? Do I want her to be white? Do I want her to have this type of credential? Is she credentialed in stress? Is she credentialed in marriage therapy? Is she credentialed in PTSD? Is she credentialed in bipolar syndrome, which a lot of us are walking around with mental health illnesses and we are undiagnosed? You want to know why? Because we don't have a therapist. We're going around every day living a miserable life, not crazy life, miserable life, because we haven't consulted a trained professional that can detect and diagnose what's going on. And the other thing you said, you said that you don't want all your business in the street. That's not the truth. If you see any therapist, it is confidential that they keep what they say between you and them. If they were to tell your business, you could sue them and ruin their life, ruin their licensure and everything. I don't think that they're going to risk their livelihood just telling your business. Okay.
I don't think the fear was that they would tell somebody. It's the fact that I'm telling them.
So so you just have some things that you don't want to unravel. I
don't know. It's just
that's what it sounds like. You have some things that you are can I be frank with you?
Sure.
Afraid to speak about, and that's okay. I want you to know that you have some things that you got some things probably in your life that you probably forgot about that really affects you, but it's back here. It probably happened 10, 11, 12, 13, and you've blocked that out. And you want to know what that is? Trauma. Because now, not you specifically, Portia, all of us, we are walking around the street acting like nothing's wrong when there's a lot wrong. When there's something that I went through that I heard or I was affected by when I was 15 that I tried to forget. But you want to know where it is? It's here. It's here. It's in my mind and it's in my heart. And just because no one can see it, we think it's not visible. Believe me, in your actions and in your speech, it's definitely visible. And one more other thing that you said I can go home and talk to my husband, and that's great. You should definitely have an open realm of communication with your spouse. However, there are things that when we speak to people that we know and love that we wouldn't share. Why? Because we know we are going to be judged. Why? Because they love us.
Right.
Because they love us. Let's say I met a woman and she becomes my wife, okay? And I meet her. She's a professional. Let's say she's a lawyer when I meet her. But let's say she had to strip and prostitute to get through law school. How open would she be how quickly would she tell me that? Not quickly. Let's say she had to strip and prostitute to get herself through law school. But she would tell a total stranger that, her therapist. Why? There's no judgment. I don't know you.
Right.
I can't judge. I have no, but now and the thing about, that's another thing. The thing about with the therapist is people get misconstrued what the duty of the therapist is. This person is not going to be here telling you what to do. They're not your mama.
Right.
Okay? They are. So you can verbalize those things that have been rocking your mind and rocking your chest for years that you are afraid to tell people, which you should be, because you know you will get judged, and you can tell them in a safe environment. And they're not here to tell you how you should handle it. They just want they want to hear it from you. Because after a while, after you speak to them a while, you are going to recognize how you should be able to handle it. And you know how that happened? Because you are able to communicate it. If you leave it in here, you will never learn to deal with it. Once you verbalize it, once you throw it in the universe, now it's out there. Okay? Now it's going to be on your mind. And if it ever comes up again, you know what I mean? You're going to try to, move and shake in a more constructive manner, as opposed to it being locked in here and you not dealing with it.
Right.
Okay. So what's your take on my spiel on the objective?
It makes sense. It makes sense. I get it. But I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I can't bring myself to do that. It's not me.
I understand. Right.
But here's the thing, though. But I completely get it. I get what you're saying, and I get why it works. Your last explanation about just verbalizing it makes sense. Like, you deal with it all the time. If something as simple like as an idea, let's say you have an idea in your head and you don't know how to flesh out that idea.
Right.
You won't know until you talk to somebody about it and you're bouncing ideas off of each other, and then that idea becomes fully fleshed out, Right. So I get that, I guess our psyche works the same way.
What's the problem?
I don't know.
I know what the problem is. I do this for a living.
Okay, what's the problem? Wait, why is it a problem though?
Oh, why is it a problem that it's a problem?
Yeah, no, why is it just a problem, period, that I don't want to see a therapist?
No, what? Let me reiterate my words. Why do you feel like is a discrepancy between the thought of you doing it? If you want me to use a euphemism, because that's all that just was. I'm basically saying the same shit, but I'm just saying it more friendly. Okay. It's not a problem. No, this is the thing about it. Since I'm a counselor, I'm a naturally empathetic person. It's not a problem for me. I am a naturally empathetic person, and I love people. So I think it's a problem for you. So because I know me. I know that everyone on this earth has been through some stuff. A lot of stuff. Some stuff that actually have shaped them into the person that they are today, good or bad.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think I want it to be more good than bad. If I'm walking around somebody flu all the time, I'm going to tell them to see a doctor. They keep on coughing. They keep on sneezing. I'm going to tell them to see a doctor. Why aren't you treating this? So that's my take on everyone having therapy. I know it's some things that you need to talk about. Everyone has it. You're human. You're immortal.
Yeah.
You've been living on this with all of us crazy ass people. I know it is that you can really go on Psychology Today, as I said earlier, and pick a woman. She's Black. She's into stress management. She has this type of degree right here. She lives 5 minutes from me. You know what I mean? Pick about 4 of them. And what's good about this website, Psychology Today, you get to see the person. You get to look at the picture, look at them in their eyes. The eyes are the window to the soul. You know what I'm saying? So I encourage my students to call 4 of them, okay? And talk to them on the phone. Get a private consultation for about 15, 20 minutes. You know what I mean? After that consultation, you'll know who you gravitate and take to. Because I'm not saying all therapists are good people. Not at all. All people are not good people, and they're people. You know what I mean? But you'll find the person that gravitates to your liking. And after a while, if they don't, leave and get another therapist. Don't stop there. Don't keep the stigma going by saying, oh, look, see, I tried it, and that therapist wasn't about nothing. Well, that was that therapist. Go to another one and go to another one, like you would do your doctor.
Right.
Or like you would do your personal trainer. How I want to be physically fit, but I'm not emotionally fit? How that sound? That don't sound right. It sounds crazy. How you gonna take care of one part of your body and not take care of the other part? That's like me doing curls with one arm, but forget about this arm. I'm gonna be mad diesel, but mad skinny over here. It don't make sense.
Right.
Why not take care of the whole person? So that's why I'm an advocate of therapy, because I feel like the whole person. I just got into therapy 2.5 years ago. You know, so when I was in school going for counseling, like I said, I'm a rehabilitation counselor. When we got into school, they told us, do y'all have therapists? And you know what? I had the same mindset, not a problem. I had the same discrepancy in thinking about the thought of me seeing a therapist at that time. I'm like, what? I don't need no therapist. You know what I mean? For what? I'm not crazy. So I dig it. And they told us straight up. They was like, nah. I'm gonna tell you. They said, basically, they asked me a question, us. They said, you want to help people out here in this world? And I said, yeah, hell yeah, I'm gonna help people. The counselor needs a counselor, because you can't tell me you're gonna sit in this room every day and get all this energy of everybody's trauma and feeling and don't feel like it is gonna affect you. It's going to affect you.
Yeah.
And it did. After a while, I'm like, wow. I listen to people's problems all day. I'm kind of the shoulder to lean on, and said, I don't know what's wrong with me, but something wrong. Now, I was doing a lot of drinking this time. I was doing a lot of hanging out. I wasn't spending enough time with my family, my kids, et cetera, et cetera. You know what I'm saying? And my boy, a guy, he's a counselor also too. Me and him, we lost touch for about a year. And we got back in contact. So I'm saying, what's up? What you been up to? He said, yeah, I'm in therapy now. I'm like, what? What you talking about? He's like, yeah, I see a therapist. I'm like, really? So I got on the website and found me one. You know what I mean? I went through like 4 people on the phone, and I found the perfect person that matches my liking, my persona. Right. I knew who I was looking for. I was looking for an older Black woman that wasn't going to take my shit. That wasn't going to just let me spit my charm and spit my shit. No. She was going, hey, you said this, but you're also saying this. Which one is it? And I found, and it's been 2.5 years, 3 years, and it's one of the best things that has happened to me, because I say she has seen me when I was at one of my lowest points in life, man. You know what I mean? So for her to see me now, it's kind of like, your mom seeing you walk across the stage at graduation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She has seen me, and hold on, you know what? I did the work. I did it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. She was just that person I knew I could confide in without judgment.
Right.
But I did the work. She, you know what I mean? It's nothing she could do for me, but listen and point things out. And like a physical trainer or a doctor, this is a practice. They give you things that they think might work for you. We have to understand that. These people have a practice. You can't get mad at your doctor because they said take this and it didn't work for you. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Yeah. You can't get mad as your physical trainer to tell you, hey, do this type of exercise, and you don't get results quick enough. You can't be mad at your physical trainer. You can't be mad at your therapist because you're not doing the work on yourself. You understand?